Red pandas, like their better-known cousins, the giant pandas, are an endangered species. Only about 10,000 remain in the wild, in China and in neighboring Himalayan countries. The National Zoo in Washington, part of the Smithsonian Institution, is working to help save them. As Edward Lawrence reports, the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute in Northern Virginia is caring for 7 recently born red panda cubs.
The sounds of saving a species. Animal keeper Jessica Cordell hand feeds the youngest of 7 red panda cubs recently born at the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute in Virginia.
They are adorable.
They are pretty cute. It helps when they're being very frustrating. The cuteness helps.
This one is just 2.5 weeks old. Cordell and the other animal keeper will raise 5 of the 7 cubs born at the Institute.
Are these your kids?
They're like my kids, yeah.
She feeds them by hand 6 times a day, from 6 a.m. to midnight, 7 times a day for the 2 smallest red panda cubs, just 2 days old.
Here we go.
The cubs get antibiotics, sleep in incubators set to 88 degrees, and are treated like any child after birth.
And now what are you doing?
I'm just burping them a little. But I haven't really heard them ever like outwardly belch, but we have heard it in other species, but it does kind of settle them a little.
In the wild, red pandas are part of a complex web of plants and animals in the Himalayas, stretching from Nepal to Myanmar. But the species is endangered. Best estimates have about 10,000 red pandas left.
How docile are these animals?
Yeah, they're pretty calm as long as you leave them alone and let them do what they want to do when you try.
Steve Montfort is the director of the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute.
So why do this? Why not let nature take its course?
We know for sure if we allow nature to take its course, so to speak, that eventually species like red pandas and others are doomed to extinction.
Montfort says zoos must keep the species alive in captivity in case red pandas need to be repopulated in the wild.
If we don't do that now, while there's still enough individuals to study, to understand, to reproduce, it'll be too late if we're called in, when there's a catastrophe.
Montfort adds each one has a role to play for the planet.
We should care about things like diversity of species in the wild because it benefits us directly in our own survival. The food, the water, the air that we need to survive all comes from these places where red pandas and other species live.
Red pandas are among the most fragile animals in the world at birth. In the first 4 weeks of life, the cubs have a 50% mortality rate.
You're being ridiculously cute right now. Oh, you woke up? Oh.
3 cubs born at the Institute were from a mother in the last stages of skin cancer. She died after their birth. These 2, just 2 days old, were taken away from their mother, Reagan, seen here in her habitat, because of her history of abandoning her young.
She hasn't had the best background history of maternal care.
The last 2 panda cubs are with their mother in the red panda area of the Institute, all of them getting individual attention.
You're done. You're all done.
Once the red panda cubs reach 4 months old, they will be sent to other zoos in the U.S. Cordell hopes this gives them the best chance to keep their place in the world. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Edward Lawrence, Front Royal, Virginia.
They are ridiculously cute, like you said.
I like hearing you say that.